Oh, the thing. Okay, okay. Hey Kedz! Welcome back to Chelley&Nay, where you know when we're on.
It's poppin'.
It is Tea Time Tuesday, so we got our teas all ready to go.
I love Tea Time Tuesday because it means we get to drink tea.
Which we do anyways, but...
We 100% do every day, all day, but there's nothing better than filming and drinking tea at the same time.
Yeah.
It's so comforting.
Because you feel relaxed, you don't feel like you're under pressure, like you have to do this and that. We're just talking, we're just chilling with the cats.
Precise, precise. If you're new to our channel, welcome.
We love you already.
That's a factual.
Today we are discussing another topic given to us by one of our subscribers and supporters, so thank you. And the topic of the day is toxic friendships.
Ooh, spicy one.
It's a deep one. Before we get into this lovely topic, everybody, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell if you're nasty, and don't forget to
tell your besties, y'all. Continue putting everybody on Chelley&Nay because we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers and we cannot do it without y'all. But to all of y'all who've been supporting us hardcore, liking all of our videos, sharing them, everything you guys do means so much to us, and you are helping us reach our goal that much faster. So kudos to y'all.
And thanks for all the beautiful comments too. We love interacting with you guys in the comments. We just sit there and that's just a session that we have, is just commenting back to people.
Definitely. So. Honestly, it's so nice to, when we see a new subscriber, even someone who isn't subscribed, comment on one of our videos. Like, we love that so much, so thank you guys.
Okay, so let's just get into it, guys. Toxic friendships. First of all, comment down below if you've ever experienced a toxic friendship. If you were the toxic friend, or whatever you want, just comment down below.
Yeah. Okay, I can only speak for myself, but I think that at one point I was the toxic friend for sure.
Oh,
but
interesting. I like that though.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I've never purposefully or maliciously been toxic, and I think that's just the issue with being toxic, is that you're kind of also, well, it depends. I think some people can be unaware of their toxic trait, or whatever that might mean to that person, but I think that it is important to always be willing to, you know, if you have a close circle of friends or one best friend or family member or whatever the situation, I think it's important to understand that if what you do or what you say is considered toxic to someone, that it's fair to evaluate it, at least to a degree where like you're putting yourself in that person's shoes and you're trying to understand their feelings, because at the end of the day, no one's feelings are invalid. So if someone is telling you, you know, this thing that you do is, I feel it's toxic to me. I mean, I still think toxic is such a harsh word to use when you're actually having this conversation with someone, and I would never call somebody toxic. Like,
but sometimes they are.
Absolutely. People can be toxic, whether it's whoever it is, you know what I mean? Just to circle back, I'm just thankful for growth, and I'm thankful for people who've stuck by me, and you know, that goes for everyone, my family, my partner, my friends, my best friends, like all of you guys, you know, because I'm sure at some point I just wasn't the greatest friend and I did things that wasn't in the best interest of them, but again, that is all part of growth and wanting to be better for the people around you, but also for yourself, because you just don't want to exude toxicity because it's not healthy for you or for anyone. How do you feel, Chelley?
I feel that I've had toxic friendships. I feel that certain people may not be toxic, but they're toxic together. You may have a trait and I may have a trait that's okay separately, but together it's toxic. You know what I mean?
That's an interesting point.
Comment down below if you get what I mean by that, and if you've experienced something like that. What I wanted to start off by saying before we get into all that was that sometimes I feel that you know you are in a toxic friendship, but people just don't know how to get out. It's almost more difficult than getting out of a toxic relationship, like romantic relationship, because I don't know, I feel that if you've been friends with someone for a long time, you feel like you not owe them, but you feel like you're obligated to them. It's almost like a family member, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And sometimes it's closer than, or more intimate than a family member, I feel like, because I feel like oftentimes when you have a best friend, that's the person you can kind of share things with and tell things to that you maybe can't share with your family. So sometimes the intimacy,
because sometimes you're talking about your family,
yeah, which is
like
totally true. Yeah. So yeah, but continue.
I think sometimes people know, they just don't know what to do about it, because especially if you're a person who loves to a fault, or you always want to help people and things like that, it's like, okay, what do I do? Because I know this person has good in them, but the good's just not showing right now. So do I say, okay, screw you, forget it, and then I look like a monster? Or do I stick around for them to become better? I don't mean to say it like that, but you know what I mean. Definitely. Just to be the person that you know they can be, and you know who they are, and treat you better and treat the people around them better. The answer is no, by the way. You gotta do what you gotta do. Like, it's not that you need to hate that person or cut them off, but distancing definitely helps. I just feel like a lot of us do that. We stick around for people through the mud, which is great, it's supportive, but not when it's affecting you and your personal life and your mental health and your well-being. You know?
I agree with you for the most part, and I think it's up to you to decide, you know, are you willing to tell that person their toxic traits, or at least have that discussion where, like, hey, like when you do this or say this, it makes me feel stressed or upset or, you know, hurt, or whatever the situation is. And I think that if they're willing to listen to you and to understand you and decide that, hey, you know what, I really value this person in my life and I want to keep them, so I'm gonna actually work on those things. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with, you know, that person saying, yeah, like, I'm not perfect, and that person I love more than anything, and I want to adapt to what their needs are, especially because they adapt to my needs all the time too, because they're my best friend and they make time and space and energy for me, or whatever. And
this is the mature response, but you don't always get that.
It really does have to be a give and take, you know, that hopefully that person is willing to want to be as good as they can be for you, just the way you've been for them. And I think it'll show a lot about them. And yeah, it's, you know, like Chelley said, it is great to stick with people through it all. I mean, if a relationship, whether it's platonic or not, if it's meant to last, it will, because of the foundation that it's built on, I think. But doesn't mean just because it's built on this solid foundation that that foundation can't crack. Like, you know, you can't poke at someone who you say you love, who's your best this or favorite that or whatever, and, you know, eat away at parts of them. You have to be willing to see your ways that are affecting them. And I mean, if you can't, then that's totally fine. That person's probably gonna go through their life just being that person who kind of deals with you through your good and bad, but we all have that, so that's not really what I mean. Like, that person's gonna continue dealing with the toxicity that comes out of the relationship and kind of have good moments, but also suffer in between. So I think it's just important to decide for yourself, do you want that for the rest of your life or do you not?
Right.
You know, these are just questions you have to ask yourself. And
a lot of these topics that we discuss are like that. It's just a lot of questions that you have to ask yourself, because nobody can tell you what's right or what to do, but you need to figure out what is best for you and for your lifestyle. For example, if you have a friend or a best friend and they're really struggling with their mental health, and the way that they deal with that is that they tear you down or they tear other people around them down. Misery loves company, and it may not be that person's fault and they may not realize it, but that's a time where you need to look at yourself and say, is this healthy for me? Can I handle this? Because some people can handle it and it's totally fine, but some people can't, and then they will get torn down and their mental health will start to suffer. And, you know, they'll suffer in other ways, and it's like, how far are you willing to go? You know, you have to stop it at a certain point, take a step back and say, okay, whoa, this is a lot for me. And it's not that you don't care about your friends. Taking space and distancing yourself from your friends doesn't mean you're a bad friend and that you're not there for them and that you're not supportive. It just means that you're putting yourself first, which you should always, always do. and taking care of yourself. That person needs to figure out too, what do I need? Why am I treating people that I love this way? What can I do to better myself in terms of, I want to feel better, I want to improve my mental state, or whatever it is. I'm not trying to talk for people or think for people, but if something's not working in a friendship, you guys both have to look at it and figure it out, because why are we staying friends when there's no substance there, there's no positivity there anymore? You know, maybe it was there once, but it's not anymore. So it's not a problem to take space from people. If you come back and become friends in the future when you guys are both mature and you've discovered who you guys are and what you guys want in life, great. If you don't, great. It's just, life just works that way. I've definitely had experiences like that. There's friends who I didn't speak to for years and now we're friends again, or there's friends that I was very close with when I was younger and we don't talk at all anymore. And I don't hate anybody. I don't have any hatred towards anybody, anger towards anybody. I actually have respect for every single person that I've ever been friends with, but it doesn't mean that we need to be friends now. We kind of had our time and that was it. And
that's fair.
I feel like people come and go and it's not a big deal. Like, everybody enters your life for a reason, no matter what that reason is. It could be very small, it could be life altering, but people grow apart and it's totally fine.
Yeah, and you know, I think that is part of life. I think sometimes you outgrow people, and yeah, like even people that I went to elementary school with or high school with, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I definitely don't talk to you, and I thought I would be talking to you still, but it's also just like, there's nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with me. I mean, hopefully, who knows, but you know, it's just kind of like, people I think come into your life for, not necessarily just for a reason, but I think that everyone kind of has their season or something with you. I do, however, think that there are friends that are meant to last a lifetime. Like, I'm not against that at all. I think it's beautiful if you have long-lasting friendships, and I think that shows a lot about both sides, you know? Like, it shows that you are healthy to a certain degree and that you can actually manage to keep something outside yourself alive for that long. So I think that's beautiful in itself. And I mean, ideally, I would love to die knowing that I still had, you know, a couple of my close friends still like in my life, you know what I mean? And I think that would make me feel good as a person. But I mean, at the end of the day, if someone doesn't want me in their life, I'm not gonna beg them to keep me. And you know, if I've done something that's not okay, then I have to also respect that person and be like, hey, like if I'm toxic to you, then I don't want to act like I care about you enough that like, hey, then do what you gotta do. I'm never not open to someone telling me like, hey, like that makes me feel weird or uncomfortable or upset. Like, I would never just be like, oh, I don't care, you're my friend but I don't care, like, ew, you know what I mean? Then you may as well not have the friend.
That's toxic. I'm your friend,
yeah, but I don't care.
I'm your friend, I'm selfish. And again, there are people like that. They'll be your friend or your best friend, but they'll be totally selfish. And depending on how you are and who you are and what you need in your life from a friend, that can be toxic. It's like somebody who's so focused on themselves, but you're willing to do anything and everything for this person because, again, a best friend, it could be on the same level as family depending on what type of family relationships you have, but sometimes it is deeper than a family relationship. So again, you gotta see, you gotta communicate with that person, stand up for yourself. If you're the person who is feeling like your best friend is toxic and your friendship is becoming toxic, stand up for yourself and say, hey, I deserve better than that. This is what I'm looking for in a friend, in a friendship. If it's gonna be A, B, C, D, then I can't be friends with you anymore. Respect you, got love for you always, but can't do it right now. Maybe sometime in the future. Just, you gotta be mature about it. And again, I can say this because I've actually had those conversations. I have told people, hey, you know, all due respect, no bad blood, no nothing, but it's time to just not be friends anymore. And again, it's not like if I see them I'll avoid them. I'll still say hi to them, have a 1-2 conversation, but we don't need to be friends. Like, we don't need to hang out, we don't need to talk on the phone, we don't need to, you know, it's not one of those. There's no anger or anything towards it. Again, everybody has their season, I feel, like you said. And like you were explaining before, Nay, you felt like you were the toxic friend. So if you are realizing that you may be the toxic friend and you may have toxic traits, recognize that about yourself and don't put it on your friends or other people around you, because that's not going to do anything for you in your future, nothing positive anyway.
Yeah.
And you're just hurting another person that you apparently care about. So if you care about somebody, just recognize that in yourself and say, hey, I could be better for this person, but I can't right now because I need to work on myself. So take that time away. Like, there's nothing wrong with time apart, and I feel like that is one of the biggest factors that would help any sort of toxic relationship. Take time apart.
Yeah.
Don't surround yourself with people like that. But it's so hard for people because there's so many emotions and feelings, you know? So it's like, and obligations, but you listen, you just have to do what's best for yourself, and if you care about the other person, do what's best for the other person, right?
Definitely. Kind of nicely put, Shell.
Woo!
But guys, you know, let us know in the comments down below if you've experienced something similar to this, and you know, or if you guys need advice about how to handle a situation. Again, not queens of life advice, just here to help and to lend a supporting hand.
We just have different experiences, and obviously we're not gonna pour out every single experience we've had into this video. We gotta keep it short and sweet and discuss the main points. But again, like Nay said, just hit us up, DM us, comment down below. We can talk back and forth. We have a lot of experience, especially in this area, I feel. So, and from both sides, because you said you felt like you're the toxic friend.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even remember, like, not that I don't remember, I just feel like I'm sure there's moments where I don't see myself the way other people see me. And again, I just, part of who I am. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to hurt people's feelings ever.
You're an angel baby.
I try. I always want to be an angel baby. So I just feel I'm someone who does not want to be that person. And if I was ever that person in the past, I apologize to everyone. And I just hope I'm better now. You know, the idea is to just always be better for yourself. Because when you're better, when you're good to yourself, you're going to be good to others. So,
and the love will just spread from there.
Exact. Love will just be dribbling.
Oh.
I don't know what, no one needed that.
Okay. That was better. I like that. Disney style.
Yeah. Angel, fairy, sparkle style.
Anyways, guys, thank you, Kedz, for that topic. That was beautiful. Thank you, Nay, for doing this tea time with me. We have reached almost the end of our teas.
I have like 1 tablespoon left to drink.
Yeah, actually.
Tea time is coming to a close, but that's okay, guys. We tea time once every week, which is great, guys. Also, drop in the comments down below if there's any topics you want us to discuss in particular. We want to hear from you guys. We want to be able to help with anything. So we don't care what it is. Just drop us your topic ideas, drop us struggles, drop us questions, whatever, guys. Just be open. This is a judgment-free zone, as always, and
all days.
All days, yes.
And just to throw in there, sometimes we're not even helping. We're just discussing. It's tea time. We just want to kiki with y'all. And you guys can comment down below and we will interact in the comments. I think the last couple times we got some long comments.
We did.
So shout out to everybody with the long comments because we love that. We sit there and we dissect. We just make sure that we respond to every piece of it. And if we can't, if it's just a general idea, just know that we took it to heart. And we love when you guys comment, especially the long ones. Those are right in the soul.
Definitely. We are so grateful for all 400 plus of you, plus many more who are probably viewing this video and not subscribed yet. We're going for you. But we really do appreciate you guys so much for all of the support thus far. And you know, we are just excited to just do all the things with y'all.
If you made it to the end of this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell if you're nasty, and don't forget to
tell your besties, guys. That's all we ask. One little favor faves.
Later, cats.